What's up, guys? It's Ligursky or Kali here. It's gonna be my medium to high level Barrows guide. Before we start the actual guide, I'm going to explain the gear and the inventory setup. So I'm gonna quickly show you guys my stats. These are a little bit higher than I'd recommend, but I mean the higher is the better, obviously. But the minimum requirements that I would recommend for anyone is 43 prayer, which is necessary. 75 magic for the Trident, which is basically necessary as well if you want to get fast trips. I do not believe you need range because I've been doing Barrows a lot and I've never used ranged at all. Defense, I'd recommend at least 70, but I know lower accounts can do it, but 70 for the Guthans set is perfect. And then we got any strength, I'd recommend 70, 75 plus, and then 75 attack for the godsword, or any kind of combination that you can hit pretty hard with on Carol and Aram and the crypt monsters. Alright guys, so that covers the gear, or that covers the stats, but the gear I'd recommend for sure is Guthans. If you have Barrows gloves or some sort of recipe for disaster gloves, I would definitely swap that for the combat brace. This method does use the dueling ring as banking because it's very, very quick. I will get into that in a little bit. A Zami cape or a fire cape would work, and a glory and a fury. So I use melee setup usually, and this is my melee, the Bandos godsword. Any godsword would work. I think a whip works, but I prefer the godsword because it does hit much higher. The spear obviously is needed for the Guthans set. Spade, if you forget it, don't worry. There's a spade near Barrows, so you can pick one up there. And the Trident, of course. So if you want to use a whip or something, bring a shield. So put that right there, something like that. But it's not really necessary. I don't use a shield at all, and I can heal fine with the Guthans. And it's also an easy to switch, so you don't need to worry about a shield in your inventory, and you can bring more prayer pots. So I'd recommend the higher the prayer, the better. And usually you don't need food, especially if you have Guthans. So I usually bring 8 food, and I usually eat it just to make space for the chest. But 8 food should be enough, and then the rest of your inventory is filled up with prayer pots, and bring Lumby tabs. Alright guys, so I'm going to explain the Lumby tabs banking, or banking slash prayer restore. So let's say you're done with Barrows. You're always going to have 0 because your prayer does drain. So do not drink your prayer pots. That's a waste of about 10k right there. So instead, teleport to Lumbridge, and then run over to the chapel, and recharge your prayer there for free. And it's also very useful to have the dueling ring ready. So once you click pray, recharge your shit, Castle Wars. So you can get to the Castle Wars bank very, very quickly. And the teleport tabs are good for one-click teleport in case shit goes wrong, and just to get there quickly, and for the prayer restore. So you can just get right to the bank, right there. Alright guys, so now to get to Barrows, not that hard. So you can always, walk to Canifis and stuff, but to do this effectively, I would definitely recommend the Shades of Mort'ton Quest. It doesn't take too long at all. It's very quick. The only problem is you just got to get someone to help you rebuild the temple, but there's clan chats for that, so not that hard. Shades of Mort'ton minigame teleport. Bam, click it. So I just use it, so it takes about 20 minutes to recharge. So once it goes through, I will definitely start the video and teleport there, but it takes 20 minutes. But yeah, so you just click there and it'll teleport you to right here. So once you're here, you're just going to run, southeast to this little bridge and then continue to Barrows. So in case you didn't know, the Barrows minigame consists of 6 brothers you have to kill, while 5 on the surface in the crypts, which you access by the spade, and 1 in a tunnel system located under all of the hills and the crypts. And in the tunnel system, it's filled with skeletons, rats, and other level 70 creatures where they will try to hit you. I recommend killing 14, getting 14 kill count total, including the 6 brothers. So you kill about 8 of them, because that is the minimum you need to get as much loot as you can, which gives you a higher chance of a Barrows item and more runes and bolt racks. So it's more profit per trip, basically. So if, in case you forgot a spade, there's 2 spade spawns over there in that little hut. You just walk around, go in, come back out. So the first brother we're going to kill is Darok. He's a melee brother, so mage works fine. Wow, quite a little bit of a lag there. Okay, mage works fine. So I'd recommend protect item, protect from melee. What's this guy trading me for? Oh, nice, man. Wow, quite a bit of loot. Oh, nice. Alright, so he's going to be using melee, and we're going to be using mage, because even with the full Guthans, their mage defense is so low in all the Barrows brothers, all the melee ones, that you can hit through Guthans and actually max with the Trident. So I'm only 75 mage, so my max is 20, but I will hit it once in a while, and I hit consistently pretty high other than that. But I mean, I will hit pretty decent through Guthans onto them. So you can leave the clan chat of Shades or whatever, the Shades of Mort'ton minigame. Clan chat once you've teleported over here and you're ready to go. So don't stay in the crypts too long because it will drain your prayer. So that's why you have to always watch your prayer. Have your quick prayers protect from melee, and you can always change it when you go to Aram and Carol because they will be attacking you with mage and range. So you always want to make sure you can click a pot and click that quickly so you don't take damage, especially if you're facing Darok. I'm not sure if I mentioned, but Darok can one-hit you. His max is 101 when he's on low hit points. That's why you always want to make sure you're protect from melee prey. So now we're killing Varrock. Varrock can ignore your prayer and hit through it, although if you do protect from melee, it will cause him to hit less, which is contrary to popular belief of people who don't want to even pray here. He will hit you more without the prayer on. The damage will always be the same. Like, he will hit like damage, but he won't hit as frequently if you put the prayer on. So, like, see, he hit me once or twice. Usually, without prayer, he'll hit you 3 to 4 times. So, it does save quite a bit of HP, but with the Guthans spear, once you get to the tunnel, it shouldn't be a problem at all to heal on those, like, level 70 things. So, the next brother is Torag. He's a quick melee one. You don't really need to pray, but I just do just to conserve food. Plus, I have so many prayer pots, and I still haven't drinking one. Oh, right there. See, guys, this is called a tunnel. So, a tunnel is where you go to get the final Barrows brothers in the loot. I'll get into that later once we kill all 5. Well, the 5 remaining ones. So you gotta also kill the 5 surface ones before going into the tunnel. If you've done Barrows once or twice, you should know that. But that's how you basically get the most loot, because each brother you kill gives you a chance of getting their loot. And if you don't kill all the brothers, the chance of getting loot in the first place is very, very low. So for Aram, he's a mage-based brother. So if you have Black D hide and range, this is the time to use it. Melee works just as fine, though. I'd recommend the BGS or spec or an AGS or any godsword spec works fine. Oh, and my prayer dropped. That's what I mean. You always got to watch it. See, I wasn't really paying attention there, but it should work fine, and I didn't even click it. Okay, that's great. But it's basically what you do. He does weaken you, so that's why I recommend bringing the restore potions and the supersets. I don't know if I got into that at the beginning of the video, but restore potion, superset. Supersets are good for killing Carol. You pot up before, but I would not recommend potting up on Aram because he'll just drain it. But yeah, it's pretty useful to have those potions. All right, so now that we're done with Aram, that is the mage brother, I recommend killing the ranged brother, which is Carol. And melee works just as fine here as well, if not better than at Aram. So just use your BGS or whatever and get to killing him. So protect range, he does hit quite a bit through melee armor, but you could probably tank him if you have a higher defense. But and always drink that restore pod. If you have Orion, it will tell you if your stats are drained, but if you don't, just look. So I'd recommend always having the orbs because it's easy to click the quick prayers and always make sure, but most people play with that anyway. So let's just wait till we kill him, and basically I'll come back once we... Alright, he's almost dead now. Prayer just dropped. I'm not even going to pray. Shouldn't be too much of a problem. You can tank. It's not like you can't tank him at all, but... yeah. Oh, and I can't hit. I thought this would work, but... okay, 3. This is the frustration I have with the godsword. It does hit very slow, and it's kind of inaccurate sometimes, but... using the supers would be fine. Alright, now he's dead. No need to pray, or no need to eat food still, especially with the Guthans. If you didn't have Guthans, I would eat food at this point, but we will be praying for Guthan, the final brother, because his special is that he will heal off of you, kind of like what the Guthan set does. It's basically the exact same thing, but it's just very inaccurate when he does it towards you. So, just pray, Trident on, and go. So I'll get back to you guys once I'm done killing Guthan, and then I'll show you the tunnel. Alright, I just killed Guthans, so now we're going to head back to Torag's chest. Torag is, in my opinion, the weakest of the Barrows brothers, although he does sometimes hit in the 20s with his melee. It's very inaccurate and usually will hit lower. I recommend just praying just to save those HP points because eating is a waste, in my opinion. I'd rather not eat at all or only eat when I need to make space for other items and save it in case I really need to eat. So now we're in the crypts. So while you were looking for the door, I'd recommend attacking a crypt rat and using pound on the Guthans spear. Now right click the doors until you get the option to open, and one of the 4 doors you will get is open. So this one's going to be our open one, and we're going to wait till we kill this crypt rat. So we do have a chance of Torag spawning in one of these rooms once we open it. So Basically, if you want, I'll leave a link of the Barrows map in the description, but you want to get used to what it looks like so you can get around it much quicker. Basically, inside, you're going to have your crypt room with the chest, and you're going to have 4 entrances, north, west, east, and south, to get inside. And each of these are connected by corner rooms and long tunnels that connect corner room, like let's say this is the south. This is definitely the southeastern, and it will connect me to the southwestern corner room. So while looking, I would recommend doing a little trick I'm about to show you once I'm done killing the skeleton. It's a pretty useful trick to find out whether you need to go into a room or not, because this door over here, coming from the southwestern door, or the southwestern room, will be unlocked. So we want to know if the south door is unlocked, and so what we're going to do is we're walking. We're going to make sure it says open or examine. So in this case, it says open, which means we will have to use that door. Oh, we're lagging a little bit. That's the door we're going to use to get into the chest room, and none of the other doors will be unlocked. Holy, we are lagging quite a bit. Alright, hopefully I don't die or anything. Okay. Okay, this is pretty bad. Alright, I'll just kill you guys, and I'll get back to you guys when we have 14 kill count after I kill this. So the goal is to get to 14 kill count and get to the chest room. 14 is very important because it gives you a higher chance at Barrows items, and it also gives you a higher chance for more runes and more bullet racks. So it's quite useful to get the most money out of your trips. To get that 14 kill count doesn't really take much. So I'll be back to you guys once we get up to the door. Okay guys, I just finished killing that skeleton. I opened the door and we have Torag right here. So what you're going to do is you're going to switch prayer up. I wouldn't recommend drinking too much prayer, although it will drain. It's nice just not to take any damage. Technically I didn't have to do that because I could have just healed off of these, but whatever, why not? So this is the door we have to open. Literally I was just in there a second ago killing that skeleton, open it up, Torag pops up, so I turn the recording back on. So we're just going to go in there, and there's going to be a puzzle, and I think there are 4 different puzzles, but they will all be randomly generated, but they always have the same answers, just kind of scrambled around. So let's open up this door once we're finished killing Torag, and I will show you the puzzle. So usually they're very, very easy. It's kind of a pattern that you have to replicate. So like right here, low, low, like low, medium, high, to the top. You hear the door's locking mechanism grind open. So if you get it wrong, what will happen is the ladder taking you back up to the surface will shift, and all the doors will shift to the locks. So you'll have to find a new path, and you'll have to find the ladder again, which will mean while you are running there, debris will be falling on your head. Well, once you click the chest, debris will fall on your head. So you'll take more damage, and it will take you a much longer time to get back up to the surface, which means it can potentially ruin a Barrows trip or result in possibly death if you're not careful. So we just got our 13 kill count. I'm about to open the chest once, and this opens it, and then we have to click search. So I'm going to get the 14 quickly, and then search. So, is it the same guy again? Did he get another item? Damn, dude, I currently stream Barrows if you guys want to come check it out, and I have been dry for about 50 to 60 chests currently, and we're at about 140, chest 140. Alright guys, so I'm going to pop this chest open right now. Oh, there's bullet racks on the ground. Here we go. And we've got some blood runes. Whoops. So that's basically one run through of the Barrows minigame. So now let's cover getting back up to the surface. So grab all the other guys' loot as well. We didn't get a Barrows item obviously because nothing was on the ground, nothing got in inventory. So follow the path that you took back. So right now, and see, notice my screen is shaking. That means that we open the chest and we have to get out of here. So we can't farm kill count or XP or anything down here forever, because we will eventually take damage from falling rocks like that. That 3, that was from falling rocks that hit me from the ceiling. They don't hit zeros, so you will take damage no matter what, but they don't hit over 5 or 7, I believe. So they're not anything to be really worried about. It's just more of a little hindrance in your HP. So let's get it back up to the surface. Climb the ladder, and then everything should stop shaking. And I'd recommend starting with Derek again. So if you use a lot of supplies up and you couldn't get back up to this point, just teleport once you get your loot. Check the ground before you teleport, because I have seen full inventories with Barrows items in the ground and people teleport out, leaving them. So once you teleport out, you cannot get back to there. It will despawn or someone else will pick it up before. So I hope you guys enjoyed this Barrows guide. I know it was a little bit long, but it was in-depth and it covered basically everything you need to know. If you have any questions, feel free to drop by my stream, PM me in game, join my friends chat, Collie Goes Ham, or leave me a comment in the comment section. Alright guys, thanks for watching, and I hope this really helps.